Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WildStar Wednesday for January 7th, 2015, the very first WildStar Wednesday of the new year. We have 52 weeks to do this show, and it's going to be a great one. A great year. The WildStar community, the WildStar game itself is going to just grow and just be really awesome. Or it couldn't, and it could fall flat on its face 6 months in, and everyone leaves, and, the world explodes. But right now, the game is in a really, really good spot to really kind of bring in new players and hone some of the mistakes that they did last year. Now, why do I say that? Well, a couple things. Right now, as of the recording of this video, the 6th of January, the game is selling on Amazon and a few other EU sites for $20, $19.99. And it is a perfect time to pick the game up. You can buy it now, wait till drop 4, activate the key, put in your credit card information. You won't be charged. You'll get your free 30 days, and you'll be able to try it out. Drop 4 just has so much quality of life changes. I highly recommend it, guys. Normally, the game costs $39.99. The digital deluxe edition $54.99, or the collector's edition, quote unquote. Still upset that EU got that really cool tin box. Curses, not fair. But we do have a lot of cool things coming in 2015, and I wanted this show to be kind of my thoughts and opinions on where I believe that the game should go, where I'd like to see it, and just a couple personal gripes that I have in the current area that we are, which, if you're new to WildStar Wednesday, very much welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen. Show usually runs about 15 minutes long, give or take, depending on how much I ramble. I do ramble a lot. Everything is unedited, so I don't do any editing in any of my content. I like to be very, very just kind of straightforward. So that's kind of what the show's about. So thank you very much for taking the time. Let's get started. My thoughts on WildStar going forward in 2015. Drop 4 is going to give us a lot of really good stuff, a lot of just good questing improvements. Questing in any MMO is just tedious and monotonous, and I hate it so much. WildStar, for me, is fun questing, but after you do it once, a lot of the zones feel really kind of the same. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because that's going to be any MMO you level in. But I think because I've played so many MMOs over the last 20 years, dear sweet mother, I can say that I'm old, it's really kind of an annoyance now to be like, ugh, I got to level another tune through the same zones to level 50 again. So I think that part really has me jaded and really just has me so sick of just killing the same mobs over and over, doing the same quest. Because once you get past the tutorial zone, the starting zone, all the quests kind of become the same. The Dominion and Exile definitely have their different stories, but you do one story and you're going to experience the same lore pretty much the exact same way, with the exceptions of a couple quests based on your path and based on decisions you make in the game. So I'm definitely looking forward to the new queuing system, giving random rewards and bonus XP if you queue for random dungeons, ship hands, veteran ship hands, PvP, and that kind of stuff. That's huge, because that will incentivize not only the PvEers to PvP, but the PvPers, like myself, to PvE. Because at max level, I think queuing for a random dungeon for veterans or a battleground was like 100,000 XP. That, on top of your grinding for your Elder Gems and that kind of stuff, that'll make it a lot more enjoyable, especially since you can do it with a full party, still queue random, and play with your friends. So you guys can grind out a bunch of experience, a bunch of endgame rep, and still have a good time while getting gold, XP, and random loot for it. That's really cool. The class balance in Drop 4 is looking to be particularly good. There's a few classes and a few vocal players that are very, very upset about certain changes. And to that I say suck it, because you know what? It's all about learning and adapting to your surroundings. That's what MMOs are all about. And honestly, it's a good thing. I think our new class lead and the PvP developers, Time Travel Meerkat, are just doing a phenomenal job Excuse me, not class lead, class lead designer. Let me get that right. So I feel that we do have a lot of really good changes coming forward. With time travel being kind of using his powers of just awesomeness to detail more raids and PvE content, he also is in charge of the battlegrounds, and that's going to be a huge deal because if we can have his quality expertise in designing new battlegrounds and new mechanics for that kind of stuff, PvP is going to go a long way. I really, really hope someone is in charge of war plots very soon, because war plots are a great idea, but very implemented poorly right now. Much like Guild Wars 2, World versus World was implemented poorly, and still kind of is to my opinion. Right now, war plots kind of favor the Zerg kind of heavy aggression. My guild has tried the attrition kind of heavy defense, and it just doesn't work because right now, the certain plugins for the war plots definitely don't favor the defensive style turtling play, which I guess is okay because war plots I guess are kind of meant to be a brawl, but we do have the fortress versus fortress, so I'd definitely like to see more of a kind of castle siege type of style of things. Maybe add some cool tank vehicles in there and that kind of stuff. So moving on, we have a lot of really good PvE changes in Drop 4. Drop 4 is going to be converting the Datascape, which is the 40-man raid in WildStar, into a 20-man. It goes Genetic Archives, then Datascape. Datascape is the current top-tier raid, where we, of course, are going to be seeing a lot more raids in the future, a lot more dungeons in the future, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. I think that Drop 4 will, I don't want to say revitalize the community's perspective on the game, because the people that are already in the game and already a part of the community are playing because they enjoy the game, not because they, I don't know, if you don't like it, why would you stay around in the first place? I never quite understood that. So, I think that, excuse me, I had the hiccups. Once Drop 4 does land, the PR of the game can start going back up. It is extremely hard for a game that has been in WildStar's position to break out from the mold of, well, this game's crap. I mean, if we look at ESO, no one respects that game whatsoever, and WildStar really is in kind of the same boat, unfortunately. So I think that Drop 4 2015, with the changes moving forward, is going to be awesome. What I would personally like to see is PvP completely revitalized. There's been a lot of rumors of the changes not coming for another 4 or 5 to 6 months, and that's a big no-no. So I would encourage Carbine to not do that and put a lot of the changes in for weekly patches, and don't make a just one big PvP drop, because honestly, that's half your game's content, and the PvP in this game is phenomenal. It's fantastic, and I'd definitely like to see it implemented sooner. Obviously, bugs, dev time, that kind of stuff all plays into that effect, so that's okay. Class leads are starting to kind of come out of the woodwork, which is really nice. So big thank you to the Stalker class lead, who's finally kind of being open with the community again and answering questions and the things. There's been a few answers that kind of make me go, why are you in charge of our class if you think that people use this stance? That'll be in the link in the description, and you can judge your own opinion if you play a Stalker. That was a little disconcerting to me. But everyone has their own opinions, and the devs are not perfect, so I can't entirely fault every dev for their words all the time. But I'd like to. It makes my job more fun. So anyway, moving on. So that's kind of where I'd like to see WildStar move. I am a PvP focused player, so right now the end game for PvE is just in a really good spot, so I really wouldn't improve on anything too much. I'd definitely like to see a lot more dungeons in PvP or PvE, a lot more dungeons, a lot more kind of in between the level dungeons. Drop 4 just has so much to just bring to the table. It's really hard to kind of keep it all condensed. I plan to do a Drop 4 full review here in the next week or two, just kind of depending on how I feel. But that's going to end the show, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the first show of 2015. There's going to be much more to come. If you have any questions, comments, or ideas on content or anything that I talked about in the video, post them below. And you guys will we'll see you soon. Have a wonderful afternoon, morning, and evening, and I'll see you in Nexus. End card.